Hello, my beautiful collective. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is about the January 11th portal. So January being the first month and the 11th day, it's a 111 portal. So what does that mean? Well, it's a time to realign with your purpose. It's time to shed some old burdens, to practice detachment. Is detachment a good thing? It actually is. And what I mean by detachment is pulling the energy of emotions out of making decisions that are for your highest good. So when you practice detachment, you now look at things head over heart. You look at things in a way that are very factual and very honest and very truthful, and you're doing the right thing, but you're taking the emotion out of it. So you're sticking to the facts. And in that way, you will be stepping into your power. So now the 111 portal is asking you, what is the most important thing to you? What really matters, and what are your intentions? And by setting your intentions, pulling the emotion out of it, practicing detachment, which means whatever you decide to do, I'm good with me because I've made the boundaries for me, the promises that I have for me. Whatever it is that you do is not going to affect me emotionally. Look, I'm not asking you to be a robot. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that life is much easier when you allow people to be who they are after you build your own boundaries and keep promises to yourself. So this 111 portal is a gateway, essentially. It's a gateway that is opening up for you so you can release what you don't need, embrace what is coming to you, and then let's look at an outcome. We're going to look at some oracles, and then we're going to throw some tarot at it. We'll find out what's going on for you here. So the first card that we're putting down is the gateway. What is the portal that is opening up to you? Tell me about the gateway. Well, this deck does have a card in it that is the gateway. Wouldn't it be fun if that came out? Let's find out what's going on here. Tell me about this gateway. So we do have openness. Look, I feel like this is speaking directly to this detachment. You can be very open and honest with people when you decide that you are no longer taking responsibility for how they feel about what you do in your life or how honest you are with your energy. And that doesn't mean that you get to smack talk people and ruffle their feathers. And that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what detachment is. Detachment is that it is what it is, right? And we're just going to speak about truthness, speak about openness. We're going to be truthful with each other. And whatever you do with your life is not going to affect mine. I can't allow it to. And so what do you need to release here, collective? We've got illumination. So what I feel that you need to release is what is no longer serving you. And I really do believe with this openness here, being open and honest with people about what you need to release. You can see that full moon is there, right? Oh, and by the way, we also do have a full moon. So we have this 11/11 portal, which comes up tomorrow. And then on the 13th, well, 13th or 14th, depending on whether you're on the northern or southern hemisphere, this is also going to be a full moon in Cancer. So look, this is going to be a very emotional time for you as you reset your boundaries or commit to yourself about what you're doing. I feel like some things will come to light. So we're going from this portal straight into this release of energy. Cancer is very emotional, plays with the emotions. And so I feel like we'll be releasing emotions. Look, I've been a crazy blubbery mess for a couple of days now because usually about 5 days before the full moon, I start to feel it. And so, it's going to be releasing a lot of emotions so you can replace that with, honoring the self, with the detachment of making decisions that are best for your alignment and your highest good. So what are you supposed to embrace here? I love that. Embracing purification. Look, purification, if you've been in the church, you know what that means, right? That's like a baptism. And that is clearing away old energy to make room for new energy, making new promises to yourself. That's what the purification is, right? It's like opening up to new ideas, opening up to making promises to yourself that you're going to keep. It's just like a baptism, right? Is what it is. Tell me what the outcome is here, please. What's the outcome, please, for the collective? We've got release, and there it is. That's the whole purpose of this, is as you pass through this portal energy here, whether you do, some people will tend to do a ritual, which is maybe a burning ritual for some of you. Be careful you don't burn down your house. Make sure you do it somewhere safe. I do mine in this shell here, the shell that I have, and I write things down that I want to release, and that's how I'll be doing my own little ritual. But there are so many things that you can do. I mean, journaling in itself is a ritual. We do have solitude. I feel like you should find time to spend by yourself. If you can at all find that. Look, if you're at work, maybe it's just in the bathroom for a couple of minutes by yourself. Maybe if you're with the kids, maybe that's all it is. You get to be in the bathroom by yourself. But it feels like you should be spending a little bit of time in solitude wherever you can. Tell me more about this. Tell me about this gateway of openness. I feel like you're about to be really honest and open with people around you here, collective. We have passion, being honest and open about the things that you're passionate about. And it's not going to necessarily be for everyone, right? When I started reading tarot, I was someone who used to be in the church. And there's a lot of people who just don't understand what I do. They think what they think. They're going to think what they think, right? And so you have to be open with people about your passion. I no longer want to be involved emotionally in the things that you do in your life. I want to be able to take care of me and look into my own higher purpose without having it clouded by emotion. We've got what you're releasing here. We've got receive. So I feel like in order to release, you're going to receive. And it feels like you're going to receive illumination. You're going to receive realization. Illumination is everything is lit up for you, right? And I feel like you're going to be receiving some illumination here. So you can see what you need to release, because you can't bring anything more into the space. If you don't release the old, you can't bring in the new. That means people, places, furniture, old furniture. You want to get rid of the old furniture before you bring in the new. It's relationships, it's friendships. If you're still stuck to something in the past, there's no way you can move into the future, right? Tell me about this embracing purification. You're going to become brand new. It's like you're going to become brand new here, and you're going to feel inspired to do so, to keep your boundaries, to keep the promises that you made to yourself. Tell me about the outcome here being the release. We have foresee. And I think the reason that you are going to be releasing energy that you no longer need is because what you foresee in your future is solitude. I feel like you need to have a more peaceful life. I think that's why you're going to end up releasing some things, just like the trees release the leaves. There's a reason for that, right? And I feel like it's a lesson that we can learn, that when the trees change, so can we. It feels like somebody here foresees that there is a time, or it is time. We've got a clock here, right? That it's time for me to stop spiraling, and it's time for me to release whatever is no longer in my highest good. No more impulsive behavior, because all that leads to is regret. And impulsive behavior is just really simply making decisions that maybe you feel forced to make, or decisions that don't necessarily support your path or your highest good here. So I think that when you do decide to be open, that it is opening you up to your passions. Now you do have, when you release the old, you now have space for the new. Tell me about this, please. Oh, my goodness. Just right to the Emperor, just like that. I was kind of like, ooh. So I feel like somebody's taking charge. Yeah, it's time that you need to be really open with people about who you are. I think that maybe I'm talking to somebody who maybe people take your kindness for weakness. I feel like now you're going to be standing in the Emperor's shoes, where you're going to be saying, no, I'm the one in control now. I'm the one who's keeping the boundaries, and you guys get to do whatever you're going to do, but I'm keeping the promises to myself. What no longer serves you is what you're releasing, so you can receive in illumination what does serve you. And so we have the Six of Cups. I feel like you are removing old friendships. Maybe you're just going through the friendship list, going through the Insta list. Maybe you're just cutting people, places, situations, and things out of your life that no longer serve you. It doesn't matter how long they've been in your life. I mean, there's a lot of people who I feel, people in situations that you've been around for a long time, and maybe it becomes habit. But since you've decided that you're taking charge of your life as you walk through the portal, 2025 is going to be a different time for you, a different year. You are going to embrace your purification so you can inspire others. It feels like somebody is really stepping into themselves here, stepping into their purpose, stepping into their power is what it feels like here. We do have the Seven of Cups. And so I feel like there are a lot of opportunities for you to inspire others, but first must come the purification. And it feels like it's time to wash away the old so you can make sense of what it is that you really want, so you know which cup to pick. Because it can be a very confusing time, right? Tell me about the outcome here. I think you do foresee that there is going to be release. And I think that you're really doing it because the Nine of Wands is telling me that you're exhausted. It feels like it's been an exhausting path that you're on. And I think that the exhaustion and the tired comes from taking action. Whenever people need you, you're there. Whenever they want you, you're there. It feels like it's becoming an exhaustive and confusing thing for you to deal with. And it chips away at you a little bit at a time. You could be an Aries, maybe you're a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. Maybe you're a Leo or a Sagittarius possibly. Tell me how you're going to take charge here. Collective, how are you going to take charge? And don't forget too that the Emperor is Aries, but all of the kings come with the Emperor, right? All of the wisdom of all of the kings. I feel like somebody really has had a passion to step up, step into themselves, but they didn't want to rock the boat. That's what it feels like. But I feel like as this portal comes by here, somebody is about to make some cuts. Because we're releasing under the full moon shortly after that, right? We do have the Ten of Cups. Look, for some of you, it could be that finally you're stepping up as the head of the family. Like maybe you are the sister or maybe you're the brother. And maybe it's time for someone in the family to step up and say, hey, we can't do this stuff anymore. It feels like whatever it is, it could be family, but it also feels like when you do finally step into those shoes of the Emperor, this is the happiest place you've ever been. Because I feel like it's been for a long while now that you've wanted to take control of your own life unapologetically. We do have the King of Cups, who, by the way, to me is not really apologetic, right? This is the person who is the tough love person. They will support you and love you, but don't piss them off, because they're not going to let you get away with much. This is Scorpio energy, but also Pisces and Cancer energy. So I feel like you're going to do it in a very loving way, that you're going to stand up, get in those Emperor shoes, whether you're feminine or masculine, and you're going to do it in a very kind and loving way, but you're also going to do it in sort of a tough love way, where you're not really showing them on the surface, this is really bothering me. Look, it's really hard to let people out of your life when you build those boundaries and you let them do what they're going to do and you deal with things in a detached way, sort of like in a logical way. It's really hard to see people fumble or fall. And I feel as the Emperor that you want to kind of walk in and save everybody. But I think that you realize that you can't really do that because you are interrupting people learning their karma. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. It feels unapologetic to me. So it does feel like someone unapologetically is stepping into their Emperor shoes, feminine or masculine. I've decided that I'm going to love everybody, King of Cups, but I'm going to do it in an emotionally intelligent way where I'm not going to allow them to provoke emotional feelings from me when it comes to me being open and honest and removing what I no longer need and getting into alignment with my purpose. Somebody here is going to the next level. Feels like you're going to the next vibrational level. Tell me about this Six of Cups, because I feel like you're receiving an illumination that is, whatever doesn't serve me, I have to let go, no matter how much time, effort, or memories I have with this person. If they are not aligning with my purpose, I'm going to have to let them go. We've got the Empress now. So I feel like the Empress steps up because we're talking about, the Emperor it can be kind of a conqueror and be very dry and be very matter of fact, and I don't really care if that doesn't suit your needs. But the Empress is a little more kind and compassionate and loving, more like a mother, right? So I feel like somebody here, some of you are going to be taking care of this as the Emperor, some of you are going to be taking care of this as the Empress. And that is stepping into your Empress energy and taking care of speaking to people, being patient and practical with them. I feel like you're realizing your worth, the illumination, and you're receiving this energy of, I have more worth than I used to have. It's time for me to step into that worth. And I feel like you are going over details of the people that you love, the people that love you, and you're making really hard decisions about who you are about to release, because this is what you're going to release, right? We do have the 6 and the 2 of cups, which is 8 cups. And although you love these people, these could be romantic relationships. These could be platonic relationships. These are people that you have a lot of feelings for. But I feel like somebody here has realized their worth and realized, you know what? I've decided that if they do go and they don't come back, I'm going to be okay. It's not going to make me happy, at least, not at first. It will eventually be the best thing you ever did for yourself. But initially, it's going to be hard to release what no longer serves you. And when it comes to friends and family and people like that, it's people who take more than they add to your life. People who require for you to give to them a lot where they're not replenishing anything for you. I feel like you're going to be detaching from those people. So understand that that's not going out in a blaze of glory. That's not arguing and fighting, but that's just simply detaching my emotions from it and giving them my honest truth is what it is. So what are you going to embrace here? The 7 of Cups. I feel like you're going to embrace that. This is a confusing time, a very emotional time, because I feel like we head straight into this this release of the full moon and the release of all of our emotional energy with Cancer, right? And so the 7 of Cups feels like it is a confusing and really emotional time for you here. But you are inspired still to stay in your power, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, the Emperor or the Empress. You're inspired to stay in your power because that's what the purification is about. I'm never going back to the way that I was. We do have the 7 of Wands. Now you have boundaries. So now you have this place where I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting my energy, and all of this unsolicited advice, I don't require that from you anymore, because the Emperor and the Empress both have intuitive energy, and they are people who make decisions based on their intuition and not based on, whether this is people who agree with what they're doing or not. So I feel like you are inspired through your purification, that it's time now that I've cleaned up my vibration, cleaned up my area, cleaned up my energy, cleaned up my house. It's time for me now to lock the door and put up some boundaries, and decide that not everybody is allowed at a place at my table. We have the 6 of Swords, and you're doing it in a very detached way. This is the 6 of Swords. This is swords up in the mind, right? This isn't emotional. This is, I just have to put up these boundaries, and then I need to depart from the chaos and go to the calm. So somebody here is taking all the things that they learned with them, taking their healing, making a decision. 2 swords in the boat that are down. To me, that's a decision made. And I'm making a decision to abandon this overwhelming energy, this emotional, overwhelming energy. The 3 of Pentacles is, if you want to come in and build an actual foundation for me, if you want to add to my life, if you want me to teach you something, because being the Emperor or the Empress here, I feel like you have a lot to teach. But I feel like you're saying this to friends, to acquaintances. You're going to use this in the workplace. I feel like you're going to inspire people to do the same thing. Tell me about this outcome here, because the 9 of Wands is the place where you were without all of these boundaries in place, right? So the 9 of Wands, tell me why the 9 of Wands is here. we've got the Five of Swords. So the fact of the matter is, and what you will have to come to the knowledge of, is that not everybody's going to agree with the way that you have chosen to release people who do not add to your life, but tend to suck things away from your life. Some people are attention grabbers, right? They need your attention. They need your attention on their drama because they choose not to take care of it. So this is going to come to the Five of Swords, fundamental differences. That somebody here, whoever you are, you could be a Taurus or a Libra, possibly you could be an Aries, maybe a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer. We do have Virgo energy here. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Aries, like everybody's here, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. I feel like somebody here has decided the buck stops here. The Five of Swords is, I'm sorry, but this is where the boundaries are. You can no longer put any more burdens upon me. I'm no longer going to be exhausted in your energy with your drama. If you can't handle your drama, keep your drama on the other side of my boundaries, please, because I'm now detaching from your drama. So not everybody is going to see you as someone who's making positive changes, is what I want to say. Some people are going to try and fight you. Some people are just going to throw down their swords and walk away, and they're never going to come back. And that's the truth of it. But what's better, having respect for yourself or catering to people and their drama? You need to make a decision about what you're going to do and how you're going to build your boundaries. What check stops are you going to put in place? What are you going to be releasing under the moon, under the full moon, right? It feels like here that there's a decision to be made here, and it's a hard one. It's something that I think that you ignored for a long time and you didn't really want to make that decision, but it is time to check the liars. The ones that are lying, the ones that are the people who are taking more than they're giving back. It feels like the Seven of Swords is the ones that are deceiving you, the ones who pretend to be your friend, but when you need them, it's crickets. They're nowhere to be found. One more card here, please. We have the Ten of Swords. It is about the release. So the outcome is the energy you're moving toward is solitude. And I feel like you will be spending some time by yourself. And I feel like what you're doing here, collective, is some of you are abandoning impulse is what you're doing. And you're focusing on your own growth and coming to this energy of the Emperor or the Empress. Look, we're in the age of Aquarius. People are abandoning religion and realizing that spiritualism is the growth of self, that you are no longer following the crowd. You're no longer following someone else's words, someone else's doctrine. I am not telling you not to go to church. I am not telling you not to follow the religion that makes you happy. But what I'm saying is in the age of Aquarius, you're going to find that there's a lot less people who are following the words of other people and who are beginning to think for themselves and make up their own minds and turning into emperors and empresses, people who are now in control of their own life without having to listen to the Six Wands, all the people who are giving unsolicited advice, telling me who I should be, where I should go. Just because they're cheering you on doesn't mean they get to tell you who you're supposed to be. I feel like some of these people are friends, Three of Pentacles. Some of these people might be family members that you might have to turn your back on. But I feel like somebody here is stepping into their own power, and not everybody in your life is going to be happy with that. Tell me what the outcome is, please. Tell me what the outcome is here, please, for the collective. Got the Devil energy. Got the Hermit. Got the King of Pentacles. And we've got the Fool. Yeah, somebody is going to be taking a leap of faith here. And I feel like you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Some of you are going to be able to foresee it. Some of you aren't, but you're definitely, all of you are going to be releasing something, whether is exactly as I advised you or not. The Devil energy along with the Hermit energy to me is that when people who are codependent with you, people who are hard on you, the way that you believe, the things that you believe, I feel like instead of fighting those people, you're going to take the Hermit's way out, which means you're just going to back away, is what you're going to do. You're going to silently sneak off into the abyss. You're going to become silent. You're going to find your solace in the solitude. You're just going to bring that relationship to a standstill because it's a different day. You now trust yourself, right? You are now standing in your own power. You're the one with the power, and you've realized that the relaxation is exactly what you needed. You needed the relaxation, be in your power, trust yourself, that the standstill was necessary to get to the solitude. I feel like the Fool in the reverse tells me that you feel like not everybody's going to agree with you, but the King of Pentacles is the one who is solid and grounded and blessed, because that one is the person who still, no matter what people say about you, no matter how people feel about you, the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, is the one who is continually going to be overly charitable with their time, with their energy, with whatever it is that you need, but you cannot cross my boundaries any longer. I feel like you are the person who is in this shamanic energy of charity, and I feel like you've got your back turned to anybody who is in this devil energy, anybody who's codependently attached to you, anyone who has an expectation on you. I feel like some of you are jumping into this head first without even sort of looking at the fallout. I'm going to say that you understand that this is the place where you want to be. You want to be on the next vibration. The highest form of vibration is a one where you are self-sufficient, where whatever anyone else's attitude is, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't change your attitude. If they're overly dramatic, it doesn't matter. You're in control. Right? So it feels like somebody here is going to make a decision. I think it's a really exciting thing we're looking at here with the Ace of Wands. I'm going to say, if you're the person who is headed for this solitude, please, you're the Queen of Wands. Don't give up. Please keep moving, keep going, because I feel like it's, things are about to speed up and go in the right direction. But first, it feels like you really do have to release the people that you know in your life are no good for you. I'm not telling you to release the ones that are. I'm going to leave that right here. Happy 111 portal to you, and I hope that you're blessed through this portal, and that whatever decisions that you make to get rid of the old and get in alignment with your purpose, get in alignment with the new, and shed these old burdens that you've been carrying through from 2024. It's time, right? I'm going to go for now. Love you guys. Take care. I'm going to be back. Always back. Love you. Bye.